All right, everybody out there in the Craft Chest Nation, it's I, Craft Chest here. And yes, I know it's been many a moon since I've posted a video, especially one like this, but I wanted to give a brief explanation on what's going on here because you're probably going to watch the video without this and say, what the hell is going on? Where did that come from? Why are you doing it? Yada, yada, smack, whatever. Well, what this is a box that I gave to James, or JP from the Gods of Games, a couple of 2 or 3 years ago whenever we started the Project Defiant project, and he's been using the 12s that I gave him and a Crescendo S1V2, which is a 1500 watt amplifier, which is a perfect pairing in my opinion with Sundown Audio subwoofers such as this. It'd actually be really good on some SAs also, or even the E series subwoofers. But the LCS version 1s, I bought a bunch of the originals, and now he bought 4 of the version 2s, and you know, you'll see what I'm talking about why we wanted to change the subwoofers out. One of them's kind of cracked a little bit. It needs help. I don't know, and there's no help for it, I don't think, at this point. But while I was going to swap them out and do some new wires in it, rewire it because they have the push terminals on the new ones, and add some grills so to have better protection. The box needed a little bit of attention too, because you'll see what I'm talking about. So basically what we're doing is just doing a day project. It only took me an afternoon to do this. I think I started like 11 o'clock in the morning and ended about 8 o'clock at night. So, you know, a one-day project to refurb a box, rewire, sand it down, paint it, add subwoofers, grills, custom standoffs, etc., so forth, and even a sound check at the end of this. And yes, I'll have to cut out and edit out most of the musical part of it because, you know, YouTube and their copyright and everything like that. So we'll try to be careful with that. Maybe invert the music like some other people do. I don't know. I might just put it in there and say, screw it, let's do it. All right, but that's all I'm doing, just refurbing a box for James, helping a friend out. He's really busy with life, and you know, I like doing stuff like this, okay? I love it. It's my therapy. Keeps me from drinking so much. It's a crack to the mind. Go out there and have some fun. Stay tuned for the video. That's all we're doing. Keeping bass heads alive. Woo! All right, everybody. Here we are with the original 12 box that I built a long time ago, and as you can see, it has seen better days. This has been in the back of JP from the Gods of Games. Let's just call him James, because when I say JP, people think of Down for Sound. But anyway, as you can see, something happened here, and something happened here. And after looking at this in the daylight and closely, I'm going to say somebody's temper made him throw shit. Yeah. Because some of this stuff is just like, doesn't make any sense. But that's neither here nor there, and I ain't mad about it. I mean, at least the box and the 12s are being used for something. This one here is okay. But we're going to swap these out for some version 2s. These right here are actually the LCS version 1s that I got from Sundown Audio yard sale, I don't know, a couple of 2 or 3 years ago. And as you can see, this one is autographed. So even though it's damaged, we're going to put this one back in a box and save it, because you never know, that autograph may be worth millions one day. You never know. So here's what we're going to do. I have some grills, as you can see here, but the grills, let me put this down here, there's a gap to where we won't be able to mount them. So I have 1 or 2 things that I can do. I can either just, for the time being, cut some little square blocks and glue them to the box, you know, cut them out neatly. Or I can actually do some speaker rings with the router and all that and put them that way. So I'm going to look and see what I have and see what's going to be the easiest route. And I don't have a problem doing the rings, but I do have limited space here. I thought it was a little bit more space between the box and the sub, but then we got to take into account this is going to be another, I don't know, that may be flush. I guess it may be flush, I don't know. Yeah, it feels like it's flush, but still I think it's like 3/4 of an inch
in between here. We'll have a look at that and see, and go from there. So what we're going to do is take and fix up little things. Hopefully I can be able, if I can find my putty and fix that, fix the sub. And I'm holding the GoPro right now because all my clips and everything are broke. But little holes like this and anywhere else we see where it's got holes, we're going to take out. And here we're going to change this out. I have an SMD plug that I never used, so we're going to use this part right here, either here or in the back of the box, and then seal this hole. I don't see any problem with it being out the side because we're going to be jumping them one sub to the other, and then we could drop out and put the SMD plug right here to eliminate this. The only reason I had this is because it was for test purposes, and then I don't know, I just had to amp way off. So there we go. But any little holes and dings, we're going to sand it down, throw a little paint on it, make it look a little better, and freshen it up. And it's not going to be that big of a job on this because come next month, about mid-April, we're going to be doing a complete no-wall Tahoe build with 4 12-inch Sundown Audio subwoofers in the back of the Tahoe. And I have 90% idea of what I want to do. I just need to get the wood. I need to get it on a piece of paper, draw it out, see how efficient it'll be, etc., so forth. And it will be a sealed enclosure because I noticed in his vehicle, he has a lot of utility, like tools and groceries and baby stuff and kid stuff and everything else that he has to carry. So the box can't be super huge like a ported box. We did come up with some big elaborate design that would work, but at the same time have a nostalgia idea that I want to do, and I think it's actually going to look pretty sweet. So stay tuned for that. That'll be coming up next month, and yeah, let's get to it. I don't know how much of this I'm going to actually film. I'll probably just do my step by step whenever I get to a milestone, update you, put it all together. I did get Sony Vegas back, as you can see. I found my key from the Humble Bundle that I bought like back in 2015. Golly, I didn't even know it was that long ago. I've had that for a minute. I didn't even know that other PC was that old. Oh, goodness gracious. So anyway, I'm going to end it here. Stay tuned for more. Change of plans. The more I look at this, and being that this box is dated, and we're going to be working on a new build anyway, all I need is for these to have a standoff. So what I've come up with is I've got scrap plenty wood pile over here. So what I'm going to do is take and cut out corners, and I'm going to clean it up a little bit. This is just a concept right here where I was drawing it out on the corner, and take my jigsaw, round off the corner, get an exact as I can template of this onto each corner of wood, come back round the corners, sand them down, and just make pieces that are just like this as standoffs, and that way it'll actually just look like the grill is floating, if you can get the idea. And it ain't gonna be that high, but you get the idea what I'm talking about. It'll actually just be a screw there. And if I really wanted to get fancy, I've got some industrial Velcro that we could do filler. If I wanted to, I could do filler right here, sand it down, and put that Velcro and just put them on there. That way if you ever wanted to take them off, you could. But just for this right here, and being that it's only going to be on there a month, we're just going to do these corners. And here's the main reason why. I have, from what I can find, I should have 8, but I have 6 of them I know of those 18-inch cutouts. And we could use those as like beauty rings, I guess, on the next build. And that really, it'll do 2 things. It'll protect the sides. It's a beauty ring, of course, and if we wanted to get some grills like this, 2 more of them, because I have 2 of them, and do on all of them and the rings will be there for the subwoofer. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save those cutouts, and I'm just going to do the corner thing because it's a temporary thing. We're just refurbishing the box, mainly to get the 2.0s in there, but I was not going to put the 2.0s in there without some type of protection, because it looks like this dude is throwing spears and, I don't know, shovels and jacks and who knows what else. Look at this shit. Stay tuned. Well, all right, as you can see, this box has a good resonance to it. I don't know how goofy this even looks, but you know what, that's okay. Can't have a little fun, why bother doing it? Boom, 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 boom. I better stop that. That would be copyrighted. Stay tuned. Showed before, but dude, really? Whenever he went to wire these up and this, I mean, I pulled these loose, but had the connectors on there, and then, but I pulled the sub up and I was like, what the fuck? Like that right there. Gotta be more careful, dude. What is this? Stay tuned. Everybody, brief updates. As you can see, I totally changed plans on what I was gonna do. And while I was refurbishing this box, never mind that lint. That shirt over there had a lint on it. As I was refurbishing this box and plugging holes and everything, I said, you know, I think I have some Raptor liner in the house. And I went and looked, and I actually have 2 quarts of Raptor liner. So, once again, in order to save funds for the next build, why not just save those 2 quarts for the next build? He wants to varnish it or stain it or whatever, and I really think that as rough as he is, that's no bueno. Because you saw the condition of this box, you saw the condition of the sub. What do you think some stain and varnish wood's going to do? It's going to get scarred up, marred up. You know, wood soap ain't going to get that out. You know what I mean? So, as far as this one, though, let's get back to this. As you can see, it's got little prick holes and whatever. And all these are where I put the brad nails while it was sealing. And got the box internal pretty well cleaned out. I could get a vacuum on it, and I'm probably going to get a little damp whatever and get all that little dust up and little specks and wires and what have you up out of the corners, but it's no big deal. Wood puttied all the screw holes, let them dry in, and then I put this coat of paint on it. And I don't know if it's going to even do it justice, but just to change it up and refurbish the box some. Maybe in the future I might say, hey, let's put some Raptor on it, because Raptor actually does do very well after you prep something and then paint it. It actually takes less. So I might see about getting some more trim pieces that I wanted to do. I wanted to do my center console from front to back in Raptor now that I look at it, and just to match all the rest of the trim inside the car. I like the gray, I like the yellow, but the more I look at it, it's like time for a change. We got to get all that stuff changed up a little bit. So I need to get a can of adhesion promoter next week, and there you go. So this right here, got it painted up, and what we're going to do at this point is set this to the side after it dries for about 10 minutes so I can, not, fingerprint it up or whatever. And then I'm going to get the little standoffs cut out and get those painted and get those mounted. And I have screws that'll be perfect to actually, I guess I should have wood glued it wood to wood when I had it sanded. It'll be all right. It's going to work. I think even just putting a screw in it just to hold the grill up, it's not like it's going anywhere. Once you screw them down, that's it. It's a temporary fix anyway for a month, just to keep the new subs from getting destroyed like that other sub did. All right, so there we go. Instead of raptoring or doing anything else, we got her sanded down. I even rounded edges off. And this is the actual front baffle. I measured it out side to side, and the sides are perfect. I kind of got this one sanded down flat, so you can see how well that works. So not bad, not bad. And that's what about 100-year-old skill saw too. Whew, it's crafted to mine. Stay tuned. All right, of course, absolutely. Turn it on. Here comes glass packs. All right, everybody. Brief update. I got the standoffs, and no, they're not perfect. I mean, this isn't supposed to be a perfect job. You won't even see those once it blends in with everything, but this is where we're at, and we got final layer of paint, because I mean it does no good unless I wanted to Bondo and smooth every hole out. We're good to go. So I'm letting this dry down. I mean, it turned out decent for what we're looking at here. Okay, and yeah, just waiting on this to get smooth dry like the rest of the box. I'm wiring up the subs inside, and once we do that, I'll get them out here and mount them. I could not find my SMD plug or the speaker terminal. I had an SMD. I could not find that sucker anywhere. So we're just going to be doing like we did before and run the wire through. And it was siliconed on the inside before, so it's probably more than likely what we're going to do. And any little, I mean, it's just a 1500 watt system. It's not like that little hole right there is going to be detrimental to the performance of the box overall. All right, I mean, look, it's all scarred up, marred up. This is just to get us by. It's Crafted Mind. Stay tuned. All right, everybody, as per usual, it's a dark 30 out here, but I did get to finish, albeit, you know, hey, we're just refurbing a box and make it look a little better. Here's what it looks like. And of course it's dark, so you ain't gonna be able to see much. Now let's back up a little bit. Really don't have to go too far back. Got the new grills on them, got the standoffs, they're painted. I mean, yeah, I could do details and paint these, black these out and everything, but I think it's going to serve its purpose. Gives plenty of room for the surround to do what it's doing. These really don't have that big of an X-Max. Is that what it's called? Is it called X-Max? Did I just use a big word? And so there you go. So 2 new Sundown Audio version 2s. And I'm sorry I didn't show you the wiring up. But basically positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. And then out the box. And since I couldn't find my SMD plug, I'll show you that right quick. What I did is I took my gaff tape, you know, that fabric tape, looped it around the wire some, pulled it into the hole, and then when it was snug, then I came back on the outside, and that way it won't go in anymore. So there you go. All right, well, I'm gonna leave it there. Nice day to work on a system box. 2 Sundown Audio 12-inch paint. Nice little paint job here. Yeah, there you go. Let me come back around here and end the shot with this. I don't bust my butt first. There we go. Oh yeah, baby. It's Crafted Mind. Go out there and have some fun. Woo! Anyway, wanted to show it, mount it up. That winter gray looks so good.
Yes, it does.
I really like that color.
I do too. Too much.
I wish I would have had some wood filler to fill this up, but
that's where we had that screw in the when it was in the Jeep.
All right. Well, whenever we go to playing it here in a minute, I'll turn it back on. I'll cut you back on. So this is the second to the last. Oh shit. Damn. And no bottom out either.
I have a feeling when we put the others in there, bro, we're gonna have to do something back here.
Yeah. Pop it open and let's get some flex while that song's playing. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Subwoofer flex. Yeah, I know it's dark, everybody. Hey, it's like 10 o'clock at night. Leave it alone. There we go. That looks good. Sounds good. I love that fucking color, dude.
I want to go home and get my neon real quick. Stay on that
I be that skinny thing, sipping lean, caffeine with cocaine.
ain't bottoming out or anything. Hey, put your head up in here. That stuff is thumping. Listen to that. That's just thumping your eardrums. Yeah. Holy crap.
So just remember, you don't have to have $2,000 subwoofers to have some good flex, some good bass, some good thump, and good times. And that's what it's all about. You know, we took our original box, as you can see. I did some sanding and refurbing and filling in. Did some painting on it. Added some Sundown Audio LCS 12s version 2s into here. And I was almost tempted to invert them, but I was like, nah, you need the space. So, just to see how they would sound. Maybe one day before we do the new build.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, that sounds good. It looks good. Oh, yeah, people. I'm going to end it here. Any final words? You like it?
I love it.
All right. It's Crafted of Mine. Go out there and have some fun. And remember, bass on. Woo!